Listen, as you build your business, there's situations that can come up every single day that detract us and derail us from the momentum of what we are doing. Things come up in our lives. We might have a client call. We may have family things that happen that derail and distract us. But sometimes some things get in so deep that they take us off track for weeks, for months. I want you to start to become aware of what are those detractors? What are those distractions? What are those things that you're investing your time into that are distracting you from your goals? Now, I believe that we should intentionally have some hobbies, have some fun things. I play video games. I watch movies on Netflix and TV shows. I do not consider those derailing distractions. I'm talking about the stuff that gets stuck in your head and keeps you from taking action for 7 to 14 to 21 days at a time. That completely just boom, knock you off track of the momentum that you had. You were feeling really good doing something. You were feeling really good gaining momentum, and then something happened. Something happened. Maybe you didn't get the type of engagement that you wanted on social media. Maybe somebody left you a comment that derailed you. Maybe a friend or a family member said something, or somebody that you work with said something that got stuck in your head and it completely derailed you. And many times these are connected to, oftentimes I've found in my life, past trauma, past situations, past things, past triggers in my life that derail me. They become these long-term distractions and they throw me off track for weeks at a time. You have to start to become aware of what are those things. What are those long-term deterrents? What are those long-term things that derail you? You gain the momentum. You start going, listen, I've had conversations with you guys. I know this happens. You have 2 to 3 days of good business building and then boom, 6 weeks of nothing. What happened that started that 6 weeks of nothing? Start to become aware of that. Start to become aware of and ask yourself, what went on? What was going on in my head? What was going on in my thought process? What was going on around me? And what justifications and excuses have I been relying on to justify why I've been derailed now for 6 weeks at a time? If you can start to become aware of these things, you can start to shift and adjust the priorities in your life to not allow those things to derail you as much. Now, are they going to become eliminated immediately? Sometimes yes, but most of the time it may be, okay, no longer are you derailed for 6 weeks. Now you're derailed for 3 weeks or 1 week, something like that. But over time, you're going to then gain that power over those detractors, over those distractions, over those mental weeds that block you and keep you from moving forward to where they no longer have power over your life. You need to develop personal awareness of what are your patterns? What are your negative patterns? What are those patterns that knock you off track? And how can you start to get back on track more often? How can you start to sustain the momentum that's going to keep you moving forward to getting results, to building a profitable business? If you want to build a business to 6 and 7 figures, you are going to have to become aware of these patterns. You are going to have to become aware of the pattern detractors in your life that happen, quote unquote, by accident, that quote unquote are not your fault. For whatever reason, we justify them as not being our fault. I do it, you do it, we all do it. We all come up with these blame-shifting reasons why something around us is why we now can't build our business. And we justify our inaction based on those things. And they're usually not true. They usually have nothing to do with reality whatsoever. And so if you can notice, what are those things? What are those detractors that you get yourself mentally into that derail you off track of taking action in your business on a regular basis? You can create a framework for them no longer to have that power over your life. And so if you're somebody that wants to do that, you're somebody that intentionally wants to no longer allow those detractors to derail you, couple things I can offer you. There's some great books out there that can help you through this. The Big Leap is a really great book. My podcast, I have a number of episodes that can walk you through the Grow Your Life podcast, the detractors, and how to keep yourself on track through things like imposter syndrome and not knowing what to do next and making decisions and powerfully choosing the right path to go. As well, to take that to the next level, maybe you just don't know what to do in your business. You can schedule a free 15-minute call with me on my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com, where we'll talk about your business. We'll talk about where are you at and what changes it's going to take for you to start to gain that momentum, to build a business to 6 and 7 figures, for you to start to build a full-time income for yourself and beyond. And so you can click the link on this post, schedule a free 15-minute call with me, and we will go over that together. It's not a sales pitch. It's not a sales call. It's a call for you and I to talk about your business, where you're at, and to start to get you some more momentum, to stop the detractors, to stop the distractions from getting in on a regular basis and sucking your energy out of your life so that you can start to get some more results. If you want to get some more results, schedule a free call with me.